about next?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about next?
Let's do Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Black Mirror. Okay.
Why Black Mirror?
Why Black Mirror? Because
okay. Before we start talking about Black
Yeah.
Mirror, do you think if, let's say, for example, like Sherlock Game of Thrones has 3 banger seasons and like 3 dog shit seasons, that it kind of levels it out? Because like Black Mirror is that.
Well, I actually prefer the later seasons.
Fuck.
I'm kidding.
I was about to go bald from the rage.
It's great because I have bad enough takes that would be actually believable. No,
I would believe if you said that.
no, like, okay.
The British ones are good. when it was in our control, it was amazing. 3 was actually pretty good as well. I will say 3 is good.
3 was
I think I only watched up until 3.
Well, I mean, season 1 and 2. I mean, season 2 is just.
Oh, season 2 is incredible.
Season 2
Fucking
is fucking
masterclass.
fantastic.
White Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, I think season 1 and 2 and half of season 3 is like that's all the Black Mirror that exists in my mind. But to me, Black Mirror is everything that I look for in a TV show. And I think part of that is because I just like how much I respect the original creator of Black Mirror.
Yeah, we know you. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Brooker.
Love Charlie Brooker.
Yeah, one of my biggest influences of all time. Seeing him go from like a TV show where he basically does what I do and review movies and events and stuff like that. Going to see him do Black Mirror was just such a.
I actually didn't know it was by him.
Huh?
I actually didn't know it was by Charlie Brooker.
You didn't know. Yeah,
Now you know.
Yeah, now you know. He's just incredibly fucking talented. And just seeing the fucking wild ass ideas that Black Mirror had in season 1 and 2 and 3. I mean, it kind of just it so like accurate that it kind of mirrors a lot of things that have happened post the post release, right?
There's a reason why like Black Mirror is almost like in our vocabulary with explaining like tech that scares us.
Yeah.
Like, everything is described and it's fucking annoying, but anything that is scary in tech, that's very Black Mirror.
It's one of the most like perfect commentaries, I think, of this generation.
Basically,
especially.
it's such a perfect meta commentary on just the world in general as it is now.
Yeah,
I used meta right this time. But I don't really know what else I can say about it.
I feel like anything like if tech that scares you, that should be it. Watch it. Don't look anything up. Do not watch anything.
Just go into it as blind
go
as you
into
can.
it. You'll have a great time.
Yeah, because if I didn't put Black Mirror on, it's like I think Charlie Brooker took such inspiration from Twilight Zone, right? Because that's the only other like goat anthology series that I can think of.
Goat anthology.
Goat and
I love goats.
Goatology.
Did I use goats right there?
Goatology. That makes sense.
Yeah, because like I actually really fucking love anthology series.
Oh yeah. When it's done right, like I love Death and Robots. When it's
Love Death and Robots.
Love Death and Robots.
Fucking fan.
I should have put Love Death and Robots.
Can we talk about Love Death and Robots for a bit? Because you need to watch Love Death and Robots.
I think we actually spoke about it on a podcast not too long ago. Yeah, we definitely recommended it because it's so. Because we all watched season 3.
Oh yeah, I feel.
Or watched season.
Yeah, I feel like
me
we
and Joe
did.
watched season 3 and we spoke about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've talked about too much TV. No, I mean, Love, Death and Robots season 3, banger season 1, banger season 2. You know.
Yeah.
Has its sparks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 3 is really fucking.
Season 3 is great.
Yeah.
Season 1
I just love seeing the thing I love about anthology series is just seeing so many different ideas
It's experimental.
put into one. It's so experimental. You know, this is literally the opposite of a show like, you know, Breaking Bad, you know, where it's just like, this is just so many different ideas that are packed into different shows. And it doesn't need to be a 10 out of 10 banger every time. Sometimes you have like a little bit of a lull, but what I appreciate always in an anthology series is that someone has something to say and they have,
it's always fresh.
Yeah. And they have one chance to say it. And so it's always like, it's always interesting to me.
Especially when they have like different directors or different cinematographers for episode. You get like a completely unique feel to each one.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
And I mean, like Black Mirror has some really iconic episodes that I think are like must watches.
Yeah.
Like White Christmas being one of
White
them.
Christmas.
Just amazing.
Yeah. My favorite episode of Black Mirror is probably like the American Idol parody one. That was in season 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot the name of that episode. God damn.
I forgot the name of the episode.
It's good.
But
I like that one as well with like the wife who like gets the husband
eyes.
AI.
yeah.
Oh no, she gets the dead husband, and because the husband dies, she got a husband like doll.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
it gets her like memories and beauty.
And he like slowly learns
Yeah.
like the
So
past
creepy.
memories. Yeah, that one's creepy.
Bro, that's
fucked.
I can see Japan doing that. Though.
Yeah.
Is that scary? Is that scary that I see Japan doing
No,
that?
absolutely.
That's so Black Mirror.
The sex toys be like. So you have 3 left. Which one do you want to talk about?
All right, let's go with Always Sunny first.
I mean, the GOAT. Literally the GOAT.
Actually,
Yeah.
the go.
I feel like Sunny is like the most American comedy sitcom, and
Yeah.
British, and Peep Show is the most British.
Yeah,
Yeah,
comedy
exactly.
sitcom.
Definitely.
Oh, you wouldn't say Big Bang Theory, Connor? You wouldn't
No.
say Big Bang Theory?
You wouldn't say
No.
How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Malcolm in the Middle?
Well, I've realized, like, watching things like Always Sunny and Peep Show and everything like that, maybe I just like to see awful people do awful
Oh,
things.
100%.
It's just like, are awful
100%.
people just funny? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially what like Peep Show is. Not to boil it down and really
Yeah.
like dilute it, but like, yeah, it's the same awful people, but just British version.
Yeah, exactly.
Living their British life.
And it's just like a lot of let's say Peep Show storylines I could easily see happening in Always
Yeah,
Sunny.
yeah,
But
yeah.
just like the dynamic would be completely
Oh,
different.
yeah,
You
right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Where Always Sunny again is just the 5 most awful people in this world just doing awful things and having awful fucking ideas and trying to like win in this world.
It's one of the funniest sitcoms and long running for a reason.
Yeah.
The only reason I think it's kind of hard to get into is the first 4 seasons are in like a 4:3 aspect ratio and look a bit weird.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
Also, I think the first season is good, but the second season is when they introduced Danny DeVito.
Second season wins it.
And that's when it goes from a good show to a fucking great show
True.
because I think Danny DeVito adds so much to their
Oh, yeah.
chemistry.
Yeah.
And what I love about Always Sunny is if you look at like any of the outtakes and everything like that, is that you can tell that so much of this is just fucking improv.
Yeah.
Right? There are so many lines in Always Sunny that you're like, where the fuck did this come from? And you know that they just fucking made it up on the spot.
It's so good though.
It's so weird. I don't think I've actually sat down and watched like a full episode.
God, it's
But I've
so
seen
funny.
so many clips.
Because it's so fucking iconic
Yeah.
and funny.
Yeah.
There's so many like I thought about putting this, but it felt so wrong in a sense because I'm like I think this is my favorite, but there's so many American sitcoms that are like occupy the same space in my mind, like
Right.
Arrested Development, not the new season, that is just really fucking funny.
Yeah.
What are some other really good American sitcoms that are very adult humor that are really well written? Community is really good as well.
Community.
Curb Your
Yeah.
Enthusiasm?
Curb Your Enthusiasm, Curb
Yeah.
Your Enthusiasm is really good as well.
Yeah.
But I think Sunny is my
Always
favorite.
Always Sunny is like
the
the
best.
best.
It's
It's
the
the
best.
best out of all of them for me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
Gonna be sad when it ends. Gonna be really
I'm gonna
sad.
be really sad. I'm surprised that it's gone on for this long, honestly.
Well, they renewed it for like what 2 more seasons, I think at least. So
Yeah.
we're
How many
getting at least
seasons
2
is
more.
there?
Yeah.
Do I think they just did 11 or 10?
Yeah.
So-
I can't
Okay.
remember.
So
So many fucking good memeable moments as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
You dumb bitch. I love that one.
yeah. And it's just like sometimes you have a moment where you're watching these people do these awful things and you're just like, fuck, do I kind of relate to what one of the characters is
Well,
saying?
it's because it's like that's the problem is it's meant to be characters that you're not remotely like, but a lot of
Exactly.
the audience are like, I actually like this guy. Like, no, you're not supposed to.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to like them. You're like, fuck. I actually kind
So
of
good.
I actually kind of like them, and it's just like it's so awful that it's like fucking amazing. I don't know, fucking.
You have to watch it.
I will.
just watch Always
You
Sunny.
can watch any episodes out of context, and I think
Yeah.
you'll be all right.
But I think that's the thing. Is like I've only seen clips out of context, and it's still funny.
yeah, it's
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because I think all they do is just like, what would happen if we just put these 4 or 5 characters into a situation,
And then just
and then they just like let the characters act out the
Yeah.
situation. Kind of feels like an improv class in some
Right,
ways, right? But
right.
because they work together so long, they kind of like know each other's beats and everything like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like I do not know how they film some of this without fucking laughing.
All right.
Okay,
2 left. What are you
2
going for?
left. Let's do Chernobyl.
I mean, I love this series. I thought about putting it on,
Yeah,
but I was like, I don't know. Is it because it's too good?
It's
like,
too good.
You know how like you said Breaking Bad is too polished? Like
Yeah.
this is the most polished and clean TV show that is just unarguably amazing.
I
Like,
agree.
It's so
It
when
is just
I
perfect.
first saw this, and I haven't seen this, but when I first saw pictures of this, I thought it was like a documentary series.
No.
yeah. I mean,
He said, yeah, I said that.
I mean, it's not a documentary series,
Yeah.
but obviously based on real events.
Yeah,
and you can
yeah,
actually
yeah.
believe that it's based on real events. You
Dude,
know?
it is very,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
It's one of those
Don't want to
stories.
spoil Chernobyl for you, but
Oh shit! What
There's a
happened?
bit of a nuclear meltdown.
Bro, when they were writing Chernobyl in real life, bro, they fucking knew what they were doing. They would make some great television, man. Yeah. But what I love about Chernobyl, obviously it's based on real life, but it's one of those stories that happen in real life that is so fucking insane that you kind of watch this and you're like, wow, this is an insane story. Oh wait, this actually fucking happened.
Reality is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, you can't actually believe that some of the shit that happened in Chernobyl actually happened here. And yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just such a perfectly crafted TV show. I think the reason I've really liked Chernobyl is because it's only like, it's a mini series. It's so short.
Yeah, like how many episodes is it?
5, 6, not much.
4 or 5.
Yeah, it might even be 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It is not much. You can watch it in a day or two. 2 evenings. It is just amazing. You will not regret it. I think I don't know. I haven't met a single person who watched this TV show and didn't sing its praises.
Because like the thing I loved about it is that one thing that I normally don't like about, let's say, biopics or shows about real life events is that there's nothing to keep me coming back because I already know the ending. Because it happened, right?
Yeah, well, because
it happened.
But it's the journey. It's
but
not
no. Like it is about the journey. You're right. But sometimes my brain is like I need something to keep me coming back every week.
Yes.
So,
but I think with biopics, what's so interesting and unique about them is that you can give a lot more context in a human sense to the events and the characters involved in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. No,
I also think that's the reason why a lot of biopics are just movies.
Yeah.
Right, because it's just like one clean package because you know what's going to happen most of the time, right?
But what like drew me into Chernobyl immediately and kept me going to the end, that made me appreciate the journey, because the journey was amazing. But the one thing I think it did perfectly was it set up this mystery, right? So this power plant, spoilers, this power plant basically explodes in Ukraine, right?
Oh, fucking hell, God. Spoil Chernobyl for me.
It's only the most devastating nuclear disaster in human history.
And within like the first episode, they set up this concept of this is impossible. It is impossible for a nuclear explosion to happen on this scale. It is so impossible that when it actually exploded, people didn't even believe that it happened. It was because of the nuclear reactor.
Right.
That was part of like the incompetence of the higher ups back then, where they were sending people to check on the nuclear reactor, to check on what caused this explosion, and people were like, "Oh, there's fucking bits of nuclear debris everywhere," and they were like, "I don't believe you. Go check yourself." And so, of course, everyone who checked would die because they would be exposed to a lethal dose of radiation. And so it sets off this mystery, and that mystery like continues throughout the entire series, and that's what kept me coming back, was just not only just to see what happened, but there was this mystery that I wanted to see how they resolve this, because I genuinely didn't know, and I genuinely wanted to know how something impossible could happen.
I feel the Chernobyl event is one of those things where everyone knows the name of it and everyone knows what happened, but very few people actually know how it happened.
How or why.
How or why, right?
It's also really eerie, the series. Like it's always really like slow, like kind of violin, eerie music that creeps in.
Right.
At no point is it even remotely happy. It's like depressing all the way through. And like the cinematography as well in this is insane.
Fucking fantastic.
It is stunning. Like watching this is just a treat. All of the actors are amazing. I think the only thing that it could do better is that it could be like, maybe it's like a bunch of British actors. So it could be like Russian to make it a little bit more believable, but I didn't really need it. I felt like it was just great. Like, it was good.
It was just like, and I think Chernobyl has made, like, by itself, made me just afraid of just the sound of a Geiger counter. Like the way they use the Geiger counter sounds, it's literally like scarier than a horror movie. Right? Where there's
that is a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. Where I think there's a scene where these guys are like in like the sewer or something, trying to figure out how to get in this nuclear power plant. And
from the bottom up.
Yeah, from the bottom up, right? And you just hear the Geiger counter, and all you hear is the Geiger counter. And then, since they're wearing like full suits, you don't hear them say anything. You just hear the breathing and the Geiger counter. And with those two elements alone, they're able to create such a fucking tense and terrifying atmosphere. And it's insane. Amazing television.
Watch it. You will not regret it.